Well, Anthony, I know recently you went through something very traumatic in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And on a serious note, I want to first congratulate you because of what you went through. A lot of people won't be able to succeed mentally, I would say, and physically.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you did, and I salute you for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you like
Thank
to
you.
speak on it a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm just in the process of recovery. But back in April of this year, 2025, the end of April, I suffered a spinal cord injury, and at that time, looking at videos now, like I look at the videos and stuff, especially the video I made, letting everyone like know what happened. I still like the words that I was saying. I was like, man, like talking to myself, like seeing the video. I'm like, man, you didn't know what the hell you were talking about, because I didn't know what a spinal cord injury was. I didn't know what was to expect. So how it happened is I went to a community pool, my sister's. And it was our first time there. So that day I wasn't doing nothing. We were just chilling at home with my little one. The older one went with my sister to the beach. And the next day, it was a Sunday. The next day was Monday. I was supposed to fly to Houston to do some work.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that.
And then, getting ready and stuff for that trip. I just wanted to chill, be with the kids. And then my sister's like, oh, we're going to the pool after the beach. You want to go? I'm like, I guess. Like, I've been at home all day, to do something with the little one, whatever. So we went, we got pizza, we got wings, we got there. And legit, it probably was like the first 15 minutes that we were there. Or maybe right away. I just changed it, like jump in. Everyone was telling me, I had my two nieces in the pool, the oldest and the youngest, and I was gonna, get ready to to jump in, and then they're like, Theo, be careful, it's shallow, it's shallow. And they keep telling me, I'm like yeah, I'm gonna jump into the deep end, like like it's 5 feet or whatever. And they're like, Theo, be careful, shallow, shallow. And then I was like, yeah, I'll be all right. I always jump into the pools. Like I've jumped into the pools from roofs. You know what I mean? Since young age, and jumping off of boats when I'm in vacation and stuff, like in DR and all that. So I was like, I always jumped into the water. And then I had this weird idea to put my youngest son like there to like
jump over him.
Yeah, to jump over him and be like, cool dad or whatever.
That was that extra push.
Yeah, so he's pretty big for a 3-year-old, and I'm only 5'7". So it's like I had to really give oomph to it to not hurt him. You know what I mean? So I cleared him. Like if there was a hoop there, I probably could have done. You know what I mean? Like that's how high I felt like I jumped. You know what I mean? And
the adrenaline.
I needed to see this in person, bro.
Hey, 5'7" could dunk. I've seen 5'2".
I am Muncie, bro. For real.
Hey, man,
So-
there's a lot of people that height that has has some hops.
They are, not him.
So I jumped over him, and a lot of people think I hit like the bottom of the pool,
The floor.
and I don't think that was the case. I think it was like
The wall.
where the wall and the floor meets, like that little hump, or maybe the wall
The
itself.
curve, the little curve.
Yeah, or maybe the wall itself, because it's like I for sure dove with my hands out, and when I went like it felt like almost immediate. So it's like I dove and I just felt and hurt like a big dunk, and I was just like,
That didn't feel right.
damn, that shit hurt. You know what I mean? Because it was right here. It was like a legit like a circle like that. It was like a perfect like blow hole, like a whale. Like that whole piece just
It took the
went
hair off and everything.
yeah, everything.
Holy
wow.
smokes! So you hit it hard.
Yeah, but yeah, and I heard and felt that big thump. It hurt, but it wasn't like I wasn't in pain.
Yeah.
And I was like, that shit hurt. And I went to go like, to go up, and nothing was going on.
Your arm
like,
wouldn't move.
no, nothing. I was just like in the water. So I opened my eyes in the water. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here looking like, cause I can't go like this or like.
Yeah.
I was like a log. Like my body was just like this in the water, and like floating. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm over here holding my breath, being calm, confused. When I first opened my eyes, I did like see like a little bit of stars, and like I shook it off, and like everything went like to normal. And then I'm like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like I can't do nothing.
And the worst part about it, everybody thinks you're a clown. They think you're
Yeah.
joking. That's what makes it even worse.
They say that they thought I was playing around, whatever. At the pool with me was my 3 nieces, my sister, my wife, my 2 kids, and my oldest niece boyfriend, and my little cousin was there. He's like 1 year old. So the boyfriend was looking over the 1-year-old for him not to go in the water and stuff. And then he looked at my nieces like, Aaliyah, like check on your uncle, like he don't look right. And then like this is them obviously telling me the story because I couldn't hear. And then he had to tell her like 2-3 times to like think. And at that time my niece was pregnant. She had the baby already, but she was pregnant. And anyways, she got me, and when she got me, it felt like, and in my head, like the first thing I told him too was like, I was like in my head when I was in there, I was yo, these motherfuckers really not gonna get me. Like I'm gonna fucking drown in this shit. You know what I mean?
Like damn, this is my story.
Yeah, right. And
This
then,
is where it ends. There can't be this ending.
and then I was just like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna hold my breath. Like I'd rather pass out first rather than like me inhaling like any type of water.
This is what Anthony
So
said.
I was just like holding, and I was calm the whole time. And she got me, and when she got me was like the moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start like letting air go or whatever, because like that kind of hurts holding your breath in for that long. Especially they said that I was holding it for like 2 minutes, which I don't know how accurate that is, but I mean I was in there for a minute.
Before you continue, did it feel like forever?
Yeah,
I can imagine.
it felt like yes and no, because it's like in my head I'm thinking like, what the fuck can I do? And it's like time flies when
your life just like passes by you real quick. You're like, is this really happening?
Yeah, and I was like, bro, they have to get me up, because it's not like a huge pool. You know what I mean? I was like, they have to fucking
somebody gotta see me.
You know what I mean? Like,
There's only 2.
Yeah, and then so she got me. I guess I was down, because it felt like she went like that a little bit, or at least I was maybe sideways, and she turned me, and she put my head up, and I heard like in the same time I'm saying it, and she's like, no, for real, guys, like, because she saw my head, I guess, and it was like bright red. I wasn't like leaking, but it was just like that, like fresh pelao, like fresh cut. Yeah. And I was, the first thing I said, I was like, call 911, I can't feel my body. And obviously they all went frantic and call 911, and it felt like they were at the end of their freaking driveway in the community, because they got there like quick.
Damn.
And I was like, Jesus.
That's good though.
Yeah. They got there quick, ambulance, firefighter, police, like everybody. So they got me from the water onto the board.
The stretcher?
No, from the board they put me in the stretcher. Okay. But at that time, still no feeling, no pain. Still didn't know what was going on. I was 100% conscious. They were talking to my wife like, oh, his ID. I was like, oh, my ID's in the car and it's in the center console. So it was like I was still conscious in there, and I was just like confused. I wasn't like thinking ahead, like what can it be? Because like I told you, I never heard of a spinal cord injury, or maybe I have. It's just I didn't know what the hell it was, But I didn't know what was going on, and I was just like, I'm breathing, I'm good. My head's still here, so it's like I'm good. When this is my wife telling me after the fact, right? But she said, when the paramedics was putting me on the not the stretcher, but what was that thing called? I said it earlier.
What the
like a platform thing?
Oh,
like
the stretcher, not the stretcher, the plank.
Yeah,
the plank.
So they were transferring me there. I wasn't focused on it, because I was focusing on the paramedic and all that stuff. But my wife told me that when that was happening, my son, it still breaks me to now, because it's my son. My son went down to his knees and like looked at the sky, and he was just like please God, like don't take my dad. That's touchy, yeah. Because my son, he's 8.
Yeah.
The same age that I came to Florida, so it's like I know he knows, you know what I mean? But he's a strong boy, and smart, very smart too. But yeah, he was crying and went down on his knees, looked at the sky. My wife said, and he was like, please God, don't take my dad. And that definitely hurts. So they they trauma hawked me to St. Mary's. I was there for like almost 3 weeks, like 2 weeks and a half. I didn't get to see my kids at all because of the ICU and the areas that I was at. Like they didn't allow no kids. They try to be strict with the amount of people, but with the amount of friends and family that I have, like
that was hard to control.
They made it work. Plus, with the support system, like they were helping them out, if anything, them being there, you know,
Yeah.
like the nurses and staff and stuff. And plus, we were respectful too, or they were. I couldn't do much. I was just laying there.
Yeah, like a fish. Yeah.
Like West.
But when I did see my son again, it was like a couple of days or almost a week before I got discharged. I got real emotional with him. Only with the older one, I don't know why. But like I saw him. There's a video too. I can send it to you, but pretty much like I'm trying to be tough, but like maybe turn my head like this because I had the neck brace on.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't hug him or anything like that, so I had them like lift my arm up to put it around him.
I missed it.
It's okay, tío.
I'm just happy, okay?
At that moment, I got emotional because I saw him. It's been like over 2 weeks that I saw him in person, and that hit me hard. But it was like that hit me. I was like, man, will I ever be able to hug my kids? You know what I mean? That hit me like hard because it's like at that point I was like, fuck, if I could walk, I give two shits. But like nothing was moving, nothing was feeling. So it's like I didn't want to be like a vegetable essentially, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, would I be able to hug my kids? And my wife, kind of silly thing to think about, but I guess you think through everything. She was like this is before surgery, so this is like between Sunday through Wednesday, you know. She's like, would you be able to go to Disney? And like, will we be able to go to Disney with the kids and stuff? The younger one never, we never taken him. The older one, yeah. But it's like little things like that. And I told her confidently too. I was like, don't worry, like we'll make it to Disney by next year and da-da-da. And we've gone already 3 or 4 times this year after the incident.
If there's one thing, and I know what you're gonna say, but except for your kids being born and getting married, what is one thing you're grateful for in life?
Me. He's grateful for having me as one of his friends. I know that for a fact.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Just say it.
Just say it, bro. Just say it to me. Just say it. Us.
Hey.
Aside from me giving a second chance.
Yeah.
Because obviously it won't be like, oh, that too.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I would just say how my life played out. Because without it playing out the way it has, I wouldn't be how I am thinking and maturity wise and strong wise and like, like I've
So you're grateful of your journey.
Yeah. Because like and it's kind of like what you said, like people say that like I'm very likable and stuff like that. And it's like, I just try to be myself, try to have no issues. Like every time I've gone out with anybody, no one has been like, oh, I don't want to go with Anthony because he's always an issue.
I just want to say the support, the love and support this guy received.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. I have never seen that in a family.
No,
no,
they
no,
all
no,
stayed
no,
at the
no,
hospital.
No, they all stayed.
His
yeah.
family? Oh
Yeah.
my God, I
Yeah.
got the opportunity to go to his house. I'm sorry, to your parents' house.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to meet his father.
Mm-hmm.
I got the opportunity to meet his mother. Everybody that's close to this guy.
The whole family.
It brought
Yeah.
tears. It brought tears
Yeah.
to my eyes.
Hey.
It brought tears to my wife's eye. It brought tears to Jade and my son. How huge the love and support that they were giving him at the time of need.
Yeah.
And I just want to give a round of applause to his family and to those who was really there. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously,
Yeah, man.
A very important shout out to one specific person. You're here right now because of her. And it's your niece. Am I right?
Her and her boyfriend.
Her and her boyfriend.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. They I mean, if it was 10 seconds later, I probably would have drowned, and who knows if I would have survived that or not. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or suffered more like brain injuries and stuff like that. You know?
Can you give us their names?
Yeah, my oldest niece is Aliyah, and her boyfriend's Louis.
Yeah.
Louis and
yeah.
Aaliyah,
So them
thank
two,
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping our boy in this earth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure, man.
100%.
So that I know. I mean, she was pregnant at the time too, so I know that affected her. But I guess everybody seeing me the way I was and like relieved them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people came to see me like the date that it happened and after. I know my wife's cousins, all of them, they were down south like for a birthday party,
Mhm.
and when they happened, they were like on the way back up. So it was like they wanted to stop by, and they were in the waiting room. And she told me, like, oh, like almost all of them out there. I was like, just tell them to come tomorrow. Like I appreciate it, but tell them to come tomorrow because it's like,
It's a lot.
no, it's not that. It's like they weren't gonna go see me that day. You know what I mean? So they were just gonna be there for no reason. And I know they had a long day, you know, partying in the boat and all that. Like it's too much. So it's like, I was like, I'll tell them I appreciate it, but just come back. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like just to, like, I was breathing. It's not like I was in a crazy, like with tubes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I just had the normal stuff. The sensors for the heart and that oxygen, the neck. It looked a little crazy, but not even too crazy.
Yeah.
And next to me, there was a girl that had gotten an accident that day with a tractor trailer. That's how you say tractor trailer? Like a semi? The semi trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw her story recently, and she made a full recovery. So it was like, well, not full, she's in the process still, but she's awake and moving and stuff like that. But she suffered a brain injury, and pretty much what it was is like her car went under a trailer, and that car looked like you looked at it, and like no one's like you'll say no one survived that shit.
Like a pancake.
Yeah. And the even crazier part from what I've heard, because my mom, was talking to her mom. It was a young girl. She was like 22 or something like that, or young. And her mom was following behind her, so her mom got to witness it,
Oh, wow.
and her
wow.
brother.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I don't know if that too, but that's just crazy on its own. But she was in Dubai and something like that. So something like that, like even though I was in a bad condition, bad state, yes, but it's like I thought about that. I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, thank God I'm not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm able to, like I said, if I was paralyzed and like still be, still have my function, like thinking and like normal in the head, like I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? And like I said, even if I'm stayed like how I am right now, I would be 100% grateful because this feels like a complete 360.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Twerking again. And we'll come on back down. Okay, perfect. That was what I wanted to see. We've run out because we did that exam. We've run out.
Probably people in the camera, like, on the TV watching this or whatever. It's like, they probably be like, oh, he looks normal, whatever. But it's like, you don't know until you really see me out and about moving. and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Movements and stuff like that.
We're still human. Anybody would think that, right? But like, the other day, my kids, they don't listen. You know what I mean? So they do, get me upset, or like there's times it's like, I just want them to go to sleep on their own because they're big. But it's like taking it, like if like, and this is like recently, like yesterday, I think I was thinking about it, or the day before. Is like I can't take this for granted because one, they're not gonna stay this young forever, and two, I have a chance that I could be with them.
Yeah.
There happened the other day, a local pastor,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
unfortunately is not here with us. He got in an accident Tuesday, and that, even though I only saw him I think once preaching at Journey Church, his name's Pastor Josh. I resonate with that. You know what I mean? He left behind a beautiful family, 4 kids, and it's like that could have been me. I don't take anything for granted, especially since this whole thing has happened, because it's like I can't really do what I want to do or like what I love to do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm getting better now. Now I can toss the ball with my son, but I can't do it like how I used to.
Yeah.
I walk here and there with the cane. When I'm in, little stuff like this, family, I don't really use the cane. But yeah, like with like I can't, do just certain. I can't be myself 100%. So it's like I'm just chilling and doing what I can and finding those abilities to make it work. I mean, like my brother-in-law, the oldest one, shout out to him too, because he helped out a lot when I was in Miami. I see them as my little brothers because he was one when I was in his life, and his younger brother, I was there before he was even born. But with them, they point things out that they call me Tutu. That's like their nickname for me. And they're like, "Oh, Tutu,
Hey,
Tutu.
they're like,
Tutu.
I like how you figure out a way
I like it,
to
Tutu.
make it work." And this is when I was in Miami, so it's like my hand movements, everything was like less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta do what you gotta do, to. It's kind of like like opening something. You know how some people like they try to open it or they try to dry it and get like something else. There's some people try with their teeth.
Mhm.
So it's like just certain things like that. Like that's how like I'm doing it, and it's like I'm probably not doing it like normal, but I still try to find a way because you gotta adapt.
Of
course.
Like
Yeah.
I've always been the one to adapt with my surroundings and just
Whatever
like
situation.
whatever life throws me, like you gotta adapt to it because that's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I appreciate you taking time to do this with us, man.
for sure.
I
Seriously,
appreciate
brother.
you being vulnerable with your
Yeah.
stories and telling the people about what you went through, and I'm just glad that you recovered and you're where you're at now.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And
We still got more
more.
recovery.
Yeah, no.
We
You'll get
love you,
there.
brother. We
You'll-
love
you'll
you.
get
Yeah,
there
you
with
know,
love
time.
you guys too.
You know I love you, bro.
With time.
Is there anything you want to shout out? The barbershop or anything like that before we end things?
Oh, the rehab center. Shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure the rehab in Miami, Creasingland Rehab, part of Jackson and University of Miami, and all that. And just shout out to anybody who's a SEI survivor or SEI what is it, patient?
Patient.
Yeah. If anybody wants to reach out to me, talk about anything, if you are recently happening or your loved ones this is happening, I do know a little bit, especially if you're in Miami, where to point you if you need help with anything. So
You got a DM or so
you-
you want to go through?
yeah,
DM?
you could Instagram me at it's Anthony Baez. I'm always open to
We'll put it. on the
help
screen.
anybody. I'm not a health coach, life coach, or I never had a 6-pack or nothing like that, but I do know what needs to be done in the health and wellness space. I'm definitely into it, and I can help anybody, or at least point you in the right direction. That people that I know that knows whatever it is that you're going through.
That's
Okay.
big, bro. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
big. That's
All
it.
right.
I hope someone sees this and reaches out and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yo,
Of
course.
you can help them." Till the next time, guys. Hey, cálmate.